Welcome to another episode of Game Boy Roulette, where we take a look at randomly chosen games from the Game Boy library. The Pagemaster, brother of the Gatekeeper and the Keymaster. It's kind of funny that Macaulay Culkin is one of the most successful childhood actors ever, because when you look at his filmography, it's kinda not great. It has nothing to do with him. He was a talented kid and nowadays seems like a really cool person. But other than the Home Alone movies and My Girl, his movies didn't exactly light the screen on fire. Take, for example, the 1994 live-action animated hybrid movie, The Pagemaster. It was the story of a nerdy kid who literally enters a world of literary classics to go on adventures, and had an all-star cast, including Christopher Lloyd, Whoopi Goldberg, Patrick Stewart, and even Leonard Nimoy. But the movie massively underperformed both critically and commercially. In fact, its underperformance is partially responsible for the folding of Turner Feature Animation, the other being the fun but terribly marketed Cats Don't Dance. But it was a thing in the 90s, therefore video games came calling. And especially with a premise like entering books and taking part in the adventures within, it's perfect for gaming. It's like Kingdom Hearts, only slightly less Disney-y. The games, made by Probe Software, were released for the SNES, Genesis, and Game Boy. And much like the movie, the games were also met with lukewarm reviews at best, destined to be just another in the long line of forgettable license titles. You know, I wouldn't mind revisiting the concept of the Pagemaster in modern times. I think it's an idea with a lot of legs to it. Although, come to think of it, I think it was done a heck of a lot better when a Jack Russell Terrier was the protagonist. The box art is a perfect encapsulation of the movie. A live-action Macaulay Culkin, a bunch of weird boxes that I think are supposed to be books, and a dragon that appears to not be a fan of Home Alone. Also, the fact that the only box image I can find is in terrible condition and has a sticker on it is a bad sign. So how does this conversion of a mediocre movie go? Let's turn the page with The Pagemaster. The Pagemaster, TM. What? Why is that so fast? The Pagemaster. Oh. Digital Macaulay Culkin is not looking good. Yeah, let's try this out. Start game. Horror World. Yeah, I barely remember this movie. I just remember... Oh, what? It's top down? Oh, and okay, I was like, is that the gameplay? No, that was like the level structure. Okay, we are off to an excellent start, I see. Okay, so, platformer. Whoa. Oh, wow. Oh, this is really slippery. Tap. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna have to be very careful because this is extreme. Oh man, it's like the whole level is ice physics. Okay, let's try the other one. Alright, this is a little more standard. I'm wondering if the gimmick is you have to just get all the keys. Oh. Uh-oh. I mean, let's start with the good. The game does look pretty nice. Okay, but look at this. Right. Letting go now. Oh, that's so much momentum. Okay, if I can't go to the left... What is with the difficulty? Whoa, slide. What? Can we get a replay on that? Ooh, this one is not going well. Unless there's something I'm doing wrong, but I don't think there is. What? Okay, we actually made it somewhere. We are getting all of the keys. Okay. Why did that just turn into a boot? Okay, so it looks like... Oh my god. This is brutally hard. This way is the only way to go, I guess. Okay. I am gonna go back to this level. Let's be clear, there is precedent for games being so hard you can't get past one stage on the Game Boy. It's a shame because I think the animation's actually pretty good for this game. The hitboxes are trash, but everything else is good. Is there something I'm missing? Go, 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 go. What? Hang on, I gotta look up a walkthrough. Is there something I'm missing? According to this, there are some weapons you can use, but I don't have any of them yet. I also found one review of this game, just one, that gave it a 2 out of 10, and yeah, I'm feeling that. They absolutely went in the worst direction, which is, well, it's going to be a short Game Boy game, so why not crank the difficulty up as high as possible? I'm going back to this stage. So the problem is the enemies appear very quickly, and you move very quickly. And it's a one-hit kill. All of those combined together make for a game that is controllable, but unplayable. I'm losing my patience with this game. We did it! We actually made it for... I am not a fan of this. I cannot remember the last time. I guess maybe the Pitfall game I played? I cannot remember the last time I couldn't get past a single stage. And I'm not just, playing this up. I am genuinely trying my hardest here to get through this level. Or to get through either level. And neither one is working. The enemies also seem to be able to jump forward. Like, either that or their hitbox is enormous. I believe this is the... Oh my god. Furthest we've made it. I don't even know what I'm looking for. Excuse me? I landed on top of that enemy. Okay, I'm gonna give this one or two more shots and then give up. It has been a while since I've seen a game crank the difficulty this high. And the funny thing is, it's not like there's hundreds of enemies or anything. It's just based on a couple factors all perfectly aligning for the ultimate in bad difficulty. I tried to sneak down, but I forgot. The enemy hitboxes are enormous. It does look nice, but incredibly slippery controls, one-hit kills, and weird hitboxes add up to one of the most difficult games I think I've ever played on Game Boy Roulette. I literally cannot get past a single stage. And you know what? I don't really think I want to either. I'd say I can't review a game if I can't get more than one stage into it, but I suppose that's the review, isn't it? I'd like to consider myself pretty good at video games. I've beaten Dark Souls, Cuphead is no problem, I've even had success in Ninja Gaiden and Castlevania, so please believe me when I say that the Pagemaster is one of the most difficult games I've ever played. Difficulty doesn't make or break a game, specifically if it's going for high difficulty, but in this case, the inability to get past a single stage was an immediate deal breaker. The game wasn't even irredeemably awful. It had really nice graphics, good animation, solid music, and the stage layout seemed at first glance to be alright. And I like the idea of being able to pick either a scrolling downward stage or a standard platforming stage. But again, it doesn't matter if I can't even figure out how to get through the stage before I get one shot killed by an enemy. See, high difficulty in and of itself isn't awful, but it all comes down to how that difficulty is implemented, and I'm having trouble remembering the last time a game did difficulty this poorly. It was a perfect storm of incredibly slippery controls, enemies with random movement patterns, enemies that appear in a fraction of a second, one-hit kills, and worst of all, hitboxes that extended far out from both the player and the enemy. It all added up to making levels minefields, where even the slightest wrong move sends you back to the beginning. And even sometimes the right move, given that I'm pretty sure that at one point I jumped on top of an enemy and still lost. And apparently there are several worlds worth of levels in this game. If these are supposed to be the easy stages, I can't even imagine how brutal it gets later. I think this is the least I've ever been able to play a game on Game Boy Roulette, and that kinda says everything you need to know about it. Pagemaster is a game that, through a few bad design decisions, creates an experience so difficult that not even fans of hard games will get fun from it. And now I'm starting my petition to replace the Dark Souls of with the Pagemaster of. And that's all for another episode of Game Boy Roulette. Make sure to like the video, comment, and subscribe to follow the series as we continue to dig through the Game Boy vault. I'm Brian J, and I'll see you next time.